Hi there! Do you feel like being reminded of your cringy past today? Oh, you do? Great! Well, my vocaloid persona is a 5'2" blonde, blue-eyed android opera singer who's also a tomboy that loves to skate and perform in skate parks. What about yours? That's right, folks. Today I am redrawing my childhood art, and I had you guys vote for which art I should remake. Y'all decided on these vocaloid personas, and I must say, you have very good taste, m'ladies. Oh, and if you're new here, hi, I'm Hana Q, your local digital artist. But da-da-dum! Here's the baby art in question. Honestly, I kinda love it. It's giving gal pals who love to sing and dance. I drew this as a teeny tiny kid on MS Paint. I believe this blonde character was supposed to be a representation of me at the time. I wanted something unique that I had never seen before, and apparently I had never seen a blonde, blue-eyed person before that. Also, does she kind of look like Satrina or what? It's tripping me out. Now, this brown-haired character was most likely the persona of one of my online friends at the time. They were probably really cute because I depicted them in so many ribbons. And if somehow you can recognize this as you, then hi, and I'm sorry for how cringy I was. If you somehow don't know what a vocaloid is, dang, you certainly missed out on a blessed childhood with our teal-haired goddess, Hatsune Miku. Okay, jokes aside, Vocaloid is a voice synthesizer program that provides human voice banks for producers to use in their songs. Hatsune Miku is the most famous example, but my favorites were Len and Rin Kagumine when I was younger. These songs also came with music videos and lore. It was legitimately insane how talented these people were, from art, music, story, animation, editing, everything. And eventually, a really large community was built around Vocaloid. Meanwhile, I was a very happy victim to works like Magnet, Alluring Secret, and Imitation Black. One could even say Magnet invented lesbianism. I loved it. So I want to redraw my adorable Vocaloid self-inserts, but with a twist. I'm gonna give it a darker, angstier vibe. And first things first, we gotta start sketching. In my original drawing, their arms are hooked together, which was inspired by Len and Rin, but let's change it up and have them face and hold each other instead. I'm obsessed with angst and pining, and who knows what their story is, but I'm just gonna make them yearn for each other in their pose and expressions. Like they're choosing to be together despite the world tearing them apart, sort of thing. Oh, by the way, I decided to reinterpret their designs. When it comes to my childhood art and child self, I'm pretty sensitive and protective. She went through a lot and then even went on to heal all that, so that girl's a boss. Because of that, I like to consider what she would have liked. So I'm designing with that in mind. I find it so funny and cute that my character was wearing a skirt but had these like gym shorts under. Little me was so real for that duality of girly and tomboy, too ahead of her time. Brownie has ballet flats and ribbons, and you know what? I'm just gonna say it. They're given, she was a punk and she did ballet. What more can I say? I leaned into that hard and I think little me would approve. So yeah, here are the redesigns. I like it. I think it keeps the essence of the original designs, but pushes them into opposite identities, which then balances each other out. When sketching, I try to keep things loose and light. The goal is just to get the idea out, and like that one image said, we can make it good later. And now I'm finishing up the sketch. I think it's turning out pretty cool. Another group of OCs into the never to be seen again folder. Farewell, my sweet babies.
Wait! Well, what if there was a way to give them a second life?
What do you mean?
I mean, instead of throwing them into the trash bin, you could turn them into something physical, something permanent, like a print, a t-shirt, or a hat.
I guess that could be nice, but I don't have the time or money.
No need to worry, OC Hoarder Human. Printful's got you covered.
Meet Printful, the sponsor of today's video. They are a print-on-demand and fulfillment partner, meaning each item is only printed when someone puts in an order. It's completely free to start, and they only charge for fulfillment and shipping when you make a sale. Afterwards, Printful will print, pack, and ship your custom products on your behalf while you focus on making more lovely OCs. Everything's automated, so the store will run itself. And they have fulfillment centers all around the world, so you can sell anywhere and avoid extra fees. Let me show you how I make a product using Printful's free design maker. I've made some designs for a hat, sweater, and canvas print before. This time, let's make a notebook using our reimagined Vocaloid OCs. Printful has hundreds of customizable products to choose from. This notebook will be perfect. Let's add a few other design elements now. All done. We can even check how it will look in different settings. Once you have your products, you'll want to connect it to your online store. Printful can connect to Etsy, Shopify, TikTok Shop, and much more. Afterwards, you can list your products with your own pricing, descriptions, and branding. There's tons of ways to personalize, like brand inserts, labels, and packaging. Order samples of your products to make sure it's perfect, then set up your billing, and you're ready to launch. But don't just stop there. Remember to market your content so it reaches your desired audience. Now we can really make sure the Sapphic Vocaloid fans stay winning. It really is that simple, and it is an awesome way to get started and dip your toes into making merch and trying out many different products. And the best part of all, Printful is free to make an account and design your product. So if you're interested, check them out with a link in my description. Now, back to the video. Alright, now it's time to work on the line art. I normally use this dense watercolor brush to line, and I've just added a texture to give it a rougher look. I set the brush to multiply and use a dark gray color, which helps the texture come out. One thing I really liked about a lot of the Vocaloid designs were the giant kimono-like sleeves. Sometimes they were rounded or had draping fabric. They could be futuristic or traditional. And I just thought the customizability was cool. Another thing you gotta have with Vocaloids are headphones, and I love them with their mics. I'm sure you guys know the iconic magnet headphones. I was obsessed with those. For our girlies, I gave them matching headsets, but decorated to their own preferences. When it comes to lining, I recommend practicing the same kind of line over and over. I used to constantly practice this curved line that tapers off. Mastering different lines makes it easier for you to line and draw later. This one is perfect to adjust to things like the legs, torsos, and even the chest. Let's talk about my wild Hanekyu hair. I like to draw my hair in several sections. The bangs will stem from a singular point near the top of the head. You can follow any shapes you like. For a blunt look, try cutting off the bottom of the strands with a straight line. To keep it softer, use triangle ends or even having gaps. My personal favorite is having the hairs swoop to the side, then add a couple of these bad boys to create gaps and interest. The next section would be the side bangs, and these are meant to frame the face. They will cup the head, and depending on the character's vibe, I might change the length or how sharply the hairs frame the face. The mid hair is the main body of hair, and this is where I create the flow and silhouette. I generally like having one main direction and then drawing strands in some opposing directions for variations. The back hair is really similar to the mid hair, but these will be colored slightly differently with atmospheric perspective. From there, you can add your own interests and twists. With practice, you'll be drawing your own beautiful, wild Hanekyu hair. Once the line art is done, I like to make a new layer to draw in any missing gaps. That way, when I use the magic wand, I can easily select and fill in a base color. The original artwork is very vibrant, but I wanted to reinterpret a mirror version of it that's dark and muted. I remember watching Vocaloid videos like Alluring Secret and Imitation Black, and the art style and story in those music videos quite literally altered my brain chemistry. I was so enamored and envious of those art styles, and I'm tired of fighting it, guys. I want to go back to a time where things were edgy, dark, and low-key traumatizing. I loved it. I also have no idea where this came from, but I drew these green lights into the sleeves. I think it's cute though, gives it a control panel type of situation, so I'm keeping it. I'm going to create some texture in the coloring by using a grainy textured brush and swiping in colors that way. With softer objects like skin and hair, I loved using the lasso tool, then gradient tool. It creates this beautiful soft transition with a hard edge, and it's so fast and always looks good. I'm experimenting with coloring here because I so rarely draw darker pieces like this. I wanted to have a dark, almost black background. I'm really enjoying it actually, and I definitely will explore more darker pieces in the future. What do these numbers mean? Well, the original Vocaloids all had numbers on their shoulders, indicating the order in which they were made. And because I am oh so original, I just made myself the next number in line at the time. Brownies is interesting too, being 133. They are so far apart that I wonder how they would have met. Speaking of Vocaloid trends I loved, sometimes people depict their clothing as more metallic. I like that, so I made the girliest outfits have some metallic finishes. Metallic clothing is very reflective, so whenever you want to show that in the coloring, just add a lot of colors from surrounding areas, whether it be from skin, other clothing, or even the lighting or sky. Then to add that metal quality, use highly contrasting dark and light colors whenever you're coloring the form of the clothing. So push some really dark darks right in there and some bright colors where the light hits. Play it with a cool gradient map, test out random blend modes, and you can get some really cool effects. Hi, I wanted to share something funny I found while browsing Pinterest for Miku figurines. Basically, I came across this pin of our girl Miku in this fun, dynamic pose. I always like to scroll down and read the comments, and this time people had some interesting things to say about this fig, and it went a little something like this. Miku, is your foot okay?
Ooh, the hair's immaculate though.
Miku, careful girl! Your ankle! You're about to fall!
Oh my god, Miku!
Miku? Miku? Miku, you're gonna fall! And then they share this pic of Miku taking aim while standing on Teto's head. I don't know why I found those comments so funny, but thank you random people in the Pinterest comments, you made my day. Okie dokie, I'm just working on some finishing touches now. If you've been enjoying the art, do let me know in the comments what you'd like to see me draw next. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get ready to watch the final reveal. Please enjoy. Welcome to the end of this episode! How do you guys think I did? Did it inspire you to revisit your childhood art too? I personally really enjoyed giving my old art a glow up and twist. Also, the final reveal song is a new song Aloha made for me, and I love it so much. You will definitely be hearing more of that. I hope you're surviving the holiday season this year, and thank you guys for the wonderful fan art. I always love looking at them, and I'm constantly blown away by your creativity. Alright, keep following your dreams, and I'll see you guys next time.